You know, or you should know, just how bad things were yesterday in Alaska, not Russia, not a foreign country like Donald Trump continues to say, but Alaska, on American soil. And Donald Trump got steamrolled by Vladimir Putin. And that's not my choice of words. That's the choice of words of a Fox News reporter who was there witnessing things, seeing what's going on behind the scenes. We're not going to start there, though. We'll start with Peter Alexander. And I want you to pay attention to the tone and the tenor, the timbre of his voice, that just how concerned these people are at what they're watching behind the scenes, things that the cameras aren't on. They're alarmed by what they're witnessing, that Donald Trump is legitimizing Vladimir Putin, ceding power, legitimacy to Vladimir Putin. Just absolutely. And to what end? We may get to that. But first, here's Peter Alexander sounding the alarm bell.
What struck me, Jen, in particular, was really just the looks on the faces of a lot of the American delegation here. Caroline Leavitt, the press secretary, Steve Witkoff, who came into the room, then left quickly, then came back in. Leavitt appeared to be a bit stressed out, anxious. Their eyes were wide, almost ashen at times. Those were some of the sort of images that will stick with me as we leave here. This was not the way the president likes to do things. He likes to be the producer of this presidency. He got that in the first half of the day, but when he was behind closed doors with Vladimir Putin, it looks like he didn't come away with anything that he claimed he wanted. He said he'd go home unhappy if there was no ceasefire. They didn't declare one here today.
Now, look, of course, that's Peter Alexander. He's a member of the mainstream media. He's not a Fox bootlicking sycophant. He's not a lapdog of Donald Trump. I don't know exactly what the record of Jacqui Heinrich is, but I can tell you this. She works for Fox News, and that says something. She was alarmed. She used the word steamrolled when talking about this entire diplomatic optic nonsense. That should bring alarm. And look, I'm happy for it. I'm glad that it happened on Fox News air, because hopefully there's some people out there who will be alarmed by what they just witnessed. The people who made excuse after excuse after excuse after excuse for Donald Trump in 2018, July of 2018 in Helsinki, when he stood shoulder to shoulder with Vladimir Putin and took the side of a brutal dictator over the intelligence apparatus of the United States of America, a man who had just attacked our democracy. Donald Trump is chumming up with, Vladimir said he didn't do it. I have no reason to believe he didn't do it, or he did do it, or whatever nonsense that he said, with his weird language that never really can pin him down on anything, because the MAGA cult laps it up like it's nourishment to them, like it feeds their very souls. Here's Jacqui Heinrich. And again, pay attention to the alarm on her face, the confusion in her voice of what she had transpired, that she was there to bear witness to.
Happened back there. It was just very unusual, atypical, and I think we're all awaiting, the readout, because the way that it felt in the room was not good. It did not seem like things went well, and it seemed like Putin came in and steamrolled, got right into what he wanted to say, and got his photo next to the president and then left. Of course, that is only the piece of the picture that we have right now, and certainly President Trump, who is the host and who is the president, would not want to, I think, enable something that would make him look weak. But we are eagerly awaiting to hear the background on that. And I will also note that we didn't see any sort of scowls on the faces of the likes of Steve Witkoff or Secretary Rubio or any of the other members of the U.S. delegation. And I think had it been concerning, we might have seen something there. But just to paint a picture for you of in the room, how it felt, what we're wondering about, what we need to know to put the pieces together and fully understand what we all just witnessed.
Yeah.
It seemed like Putin came in and steamrolled. He got his photo op and he got out. He got what he needed. He manipulated Trump just enough, got what he wanted and got out. That's Fox News. Now, that didn't last long. Beady-eyed Brian Kilmeade, who's never seen an ass cheek of Donald Trump he didn't want to get his tongue on, he had to correct the record. He had to do damage control for the administration on behalf of Donald Trump in service to Fox News' agenda to be the state media outlet for Donald Trump. And he was here to, I talked to Hannity, who talked to the president of the United States, and this is what they said. Oh, we can't have it be this. This is the other way we should think about this. Watch this.
I just was texting back and forth with Sean Hannity, who just sat down with the president, and he said the president noted that he came out and said there wouldn't have been a war if he was president, and that's what part of Vladimir Putin said at the end of his written remarks. And he also said, in a scale of 1 to 10, I give today a 10. So that's the president grading what he thought of the meeting. News conference, this, by all of our standards, isn't
Does Brian Kilmeade think that Donald Trump's going to go, look, I guess I'll give this effort a 2. Yep, C+ for old DJT over here. Look, I wanted to give you a 10, but all I could muster was a 5. Donald Trump is always going to say, on a scale of 1 to 10, I give it an 11. That's not news. That's not unfiltered analysis. That's coming from Donald Trump. That's coming from Donald Trump through Sean Hannity, third, fourth. It's like a game of telephone with these idiots. Brian Kilmeade asked Sean Hannity, who texted with Donald Trump, and now it's getting filtered all the way back. It's a 10, everybody. All right. Case closed. What a rounding success for Donald Trump and the administration. Everybody else was alarmed. Every reporter from every network, even Fox News, found it a problem. But bootlicking sycophant, grundle butter craving, Brian Kilmeade. Donald Trump. It smells so good. Can't wait to get in private with you, sir. Tears in my eyes. Maybe Brian Kilmeade this whole time has been the big, strong man with tears in his eyes that Donald Trump talks about so much. Maybe the overwhelming, the desire for the grundle butter is so the odor is so overwhelming that his eyes water. So you think it's tears, but it must taste real good to Brian Kilmeade. Somebody needs to ask Brian Kilmeade what the difference is between the smell and the taste. Is this too much? Everybody's clicked off already? All right, gotcha. Anyway, what do you think? If you're still here, let me know what you think. You can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line. I know. But call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me, daily@dollemore.com. If you can't laugh in times of woe, then you're just setting yourself up for abject misery. We need to be able to find some moments. Then we can poke a little fun and have a little fun. Anyway, please support this work. You can start first off. It's free. Subscribe to the channel. Follow me on Facebook and social media. I am at Dollemore everywhere. I would love to see you there. Not on Nazi Twitter, but everywhere else at Dollemore. And if you want to help support this monetarily for $2 a month, you can first and foremost go to patreon.com/IDoubtItPodcast. That's just a platform where creators who make videos like this or podcasts or art or pottery or poems or cartoons, whatever they do, they can get supported from people like you. You can go there. You can also give right on YouTube or on Facebook, become a channel member or a subscriber, however all that works. You can figure it out. Join buttons are everywhere. Anyway, I love and appreciate you very much. I'll see you next time. Be genuine and take care of one another.